Hello students, it's again module 5 part 1 maintenance of digital switching system. This is the last session for part 1. As I told, there are many topics under the last one, that is methodology for proper maintenance of DSS. We have two major questions expected on this one. The first one is explain the strategy for improvement of software quality. That means how to improve the software quality of a digital switching system. Usually it is based on process matrix, defect analysis, and also continuous improvement program also. And around 1995, Bellecour in process quality matrix, that means he wrote one book which is related to the reliability and quality measurements of the DSS, that is related to telecommunication. Usually it has 4 distinct processes. So the first one is the program for software process improvement, and the second one is the number of software process. The third one is different metrics, usually you have 5 metrics, and the last one is defect analysis. So we'll try to go through one by one. So you need to write this diagram. You can observe the diagram. The program for software process improvement is connected to 5 different metrics. So development, testing metrics, deployment metrics, maintenance, and even customer satisfaction metrics. And it has 4 types of the process. Similarly, that is development process, testing process, deployment process, and maintenance process. And here the input given for this program is nothing but the thresholds. That means number of thresholds will be given as an input, and some objective is put up with the program for software improvement. So usually you need to just concentrate on this one. So these are the threshold given and these are the objective from that, and there will be a two-way direction support from metrics to the software process. And here the field problems and outages, that means procedural errors, effective errors, and hardware software errors are connected to customer, and also defect analysis. The number of defect analysis are given depending on the different process. For example, development means for the development, again for the matrix, and testing means this one. So we'll try to go through one by one. So here, so we have program for software improvement process. So usually in the program for software improvement process, so it may be the heart of the software strategy quality. So and as it is hard, it may be large, and it is multi-locational and very complex because it has to maintain all metrics and also all the softwares. And usually for document process, so it needs some management, that is configuration management system. In the configuration management system, it is going to allow the tracking changes, that means how the system actually changes, and it also help the process to admin better understand, that means how the admin has to understand, how he has to follow. That means complete processes depend only on the software improvement, so that means how to improve it. And it also needs assistance from CIP, that is continuous improvement program, which will improve the process quality, that means how to improve the software. Usually it may be depend on different process, projects or products, whatever it may be, depending on the telecommunication heaviness, or depending on the issues which we are going to have with the telephone communication system, the program has to be updated. So then software process, it is a process where we have 4 different things. One is for development, then for testing, deployment, and maintenance also. The maximum importance is given for metrics, so that means list of the data. We have 5 types of metrics. One is software development metrics, that means how the software has to be developed. So usually how it measures, what development has to measure means, so it has the life cycle phases and also effectiveness of development. So how effectively upgradation of the software is developed in the recent days and how it was compared with the early days was in software development metrics. And what is in life cycle means, so you have four options which are given for the life cycle phases. So one is software requirement process, so then high level and low level design, so it may be the high level software development or low level software. And the last one is software coding, whether coding has to be updated. So every development process is under this matrix. This is the first one. Now we have the second one, that is testing. So at each level testing has to be done before processing. So here it also measures the effectiveness, but it measures only the testing effectiveness. So it may be having test cases, so how the digital switching system is working at the software level or hardware level, whether it is effective or not, and the coverage, whether the coding actually correctly detects it. So everything depending on only testing matrix. And here, as you have life cycle phases in software development, here also you have test cycle phases. So in the test cycle phases, of course, so it will be doing testing. So as you have different subject tests, so like that it has different test cycle phases. One is unit test, so that means completely testing per unit. And integration testing, feature testing, that means if you add any feature software, it has to be tested. Then regression testing, then system testing. So if you are upgrading the software and if you are doing something for a particular equipment, and if you are going for recent software also, everything has to be tested under the software testing matrix. Then afterwards we have software deployment matrix. So deployment means, so you will be going for the next software, so where the CO has to be updated for the release of it. And the most effectiveness is adding patches, that means you need to add software corrections. So how many software corrections are added per year, that has to be minimized. So if you are going to minimize means, so your switching system is better. Then you have maintenance matrix, so where the collected one is released and installed, that means new one is installed. And the most important number is, so how many number of patches were applied and how defective it was found, and the effectiveness of diagnostic resolutions. That means, so whenever you are maintaining it, you need to concentrate on number of patches applied, and you need to find even you may get patches error also, you need to correct that also. And the lower end of the communication system is customer, so customer has to be satisfied. So for that you need to collect the data of the digital switching system from the customer also. So what may be the data means, so you need to provide bill for the customer, that means if you get any error, that has to be corrected. And cut off during conversation, so if they have cut off during conversation and if they are facing any slow dial tone, so it is nothing but the problem faced by the subscriber, that has to be listed under customer satisfaction matrix. So then afterwards, so you are going to get one important question on defect analysis, because defect analysis is a bigger question where you are going to detect it and you may not be able to correct it also. But here first thing is detecting it, so that is at the software level. So it is a program where it is continuously connected to your CIP, that is continuous improvement program. Continuously the defect has to be given for the matrix, then to the process, then to the CIP. So for that the release in the new experience failures, that means if you have added any upgradation that has to be detected means, so you need to find the defect. Then according to the severity you need to group the error. For example, there may be critical failure, right? So it may be at the higher end critical failure, or it may be major failure, or it may be minor failure. But so usually the hierarchy is different, so we'll be first going for causal analysis. Causal analysis means first we'll detect the defects into critical, major and minor one. Afterwards, so those will be divided into software defects, hardware defects or procedural defect. So depending on the importance, so they have to be corrected. So for example, assume that first hardware has to be corrected, then software, then procedural. So like that order has to be maintained. So we'll take one example so that it becomes easier for you. I hope you remember the basic software architecture of a digital switching system, where we have central processor at the level 3, then NCPs, then interface controller, and line module and trunk module. One example is given for the casual analysis. So here, so based on software architecture, so they are going to divide it. As you have level 3, so you may get defect in what? Central processor software. And in the second level, network process software. It is shown in the diagram. Then afterwards, interface controller software. This is this. Then afterwards, you'll be having the line modules, so which are connected to the peripheral software. Afterwards, the next step, you need to identify the subsystem. For example, this is one system, this is another one subsystem, this is another one subsystem. So usually the heart of the digital switching system is operating system. You may get problem in operating system. And here in the second level, we have DBMS. That means, so you may be getting any mistakes in the translation table or office data, that is subscriber data, it is a database. And at each level you will be having recovery software, right? So you may get error in the recovery software. And in the level 3, so we have gone through two softwares, so switching and application. So how the subscribers are connected and how they are related to application. So in the first level, it is related to only this side, and in the second level, subsystem errors are found. Then in the next level, how you are going to categorize the different types of the error means. So here subcategorization may be very long and complicated, because you'll be having need to start from the central processor software, and you need to stop at application, which is very critical, because here you need to find major, critical, whether it is hardware or procedural error. But once the classification is done depending on that, then it will be easy to add the number of patches. See, the life cycle phases have to search. That means search has to be done. Then a patch should be issued. Before adding the patches, so you should categorize the errors. Then we have one example. One example is given for the field trouble report to understand the switching system. So first they have given certain idea. What is the name of the digital switch? See, so it is a digital switch system type class 5. I hope you remember the hierarchy. The hierarchy starts from class 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class 5 is the lower hierarchy, that is subscriber. The location is given, any town in Karnataka. Then it may be, we have 3 errors, that is software, hardware and procedural. So here the software error is detected. And duration is also given, 10 minutes. What is the impact of that failure means? Last all calls, that means completely it is disconnected. And if your switching system is completely disconnected, means priority is critical. So here you'll be having what? Major errors and critical errors and minor errors also. But critical errors means it is a severe error. And here, so you'll be having hardware error and you'll be having procedural error. But here we'll be concentrating on software. So slight explanation is given depending on this one. So what you need to do in this time? So during heavy period, the DSS last a call. That means the call processing is stopped and an automatic recovery process is initiated. Suppose anything happens in the software, means automatically it starts initialization, and the system recovered in about 10 minutes. It has to recover in 10 minutes. And later some patches were added to correct certain problems. That means feature X problems. If it got certain problem in the software, it has to reinitialize and it has to connect to the switching system. That is, feature X was deactivated as a precaution. That means this problem is to be resolved. So before resolving it, so it has to be disconnected for the precaution of the digital switching system. And analysis is given, how you are going to analyze the errors, that is software errors. There are 4 phases. The first one is requirement phase. So where the requirement was incorrectly captured. That means the requirement which is given for the switching system is not proper. For example, assume that you require certain Windows 10 and you are getting some Windows 7, means it is incorrect. and what it will cause. So there will be problem in the design and there will be problem in the code, right? Then so we have design phase. In design phase, what happened means your requirement was correct, that means so your requirement was okay, but whenever you are translating that requirement to the design was wrong, right? In the design phase, design was wrong. If the design was wrong means it will be defective code. Then I hope you can go through now code phase. What happens in code phase means your requirement is correct and your translation of the design is also correct, but your written code is defective, that means you wrote a defective code. Then how to test that code means you need to go for the last phase, that is test phase. The requirement was correct and the translation of the design was also correct, written code was also correct, but in the testing phase you didn't detect the problem, that means the testing doesn't happen. So for a typical analysis of a digital switching system, you need to go through every error, so where you are going to test the phase. If this analysis is complete means so your digital switching system maintainability will be completed. That means so you need to analyze the problem report, then you need to correct it. Afterwards you need to go for the typical analysis phase also. So this is about the maintainability matrix, that means a strategy how to maintain it. So this is end of the module 5 part 1. Thank you.